We all need love. It's a fundamental part of the human experience, something that transcends cultures, languages, and borders. From the moment we are born, we seek out connection and affection. It's in our nature to want to be close to others, to feel understood and valued. It's a basic human need. Love is not just a luxury or a nice-to-have. It's essential for our mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that people who have strong, loving relationships are generally happier, healthier, and live longer lives. Love makes us feel safe, secure, and happy. It provides a sense of stability and comfort that allows us to navigate the challenges of life. When we know we have someone to lean on, we are more resilient and better equipped to handle stress and adversity. We crave connection and belonging. Whether it's through family, friends, or romantic partners, we all have an innate desire to be part of something bigger than ourselves. This sense of belonging gives our lives meaning and purpose. We search for it in our relationships with family, friends, and romantic partners. These connections are the foundation of our social lives, providing us with the support and companionship we need to thrive. Relationships are crucial to our well-being. They help us grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. Through our interactions with others, we gain new perspectives and insights that enrich our lives. They provide support, comfort, and companionship. In times of joy and sorrow, our loved ones are there to share in our experiences, making the good times better and the tough times more bearable. Strong relationships help us thrive. They encourage us to pursue our dreams and provide the motivation we need to achieve our goals. When we have a solid support system, we are more confident and capable of reaching our full potential. When we experience love and connection, we feel more joy and purpose in life. These positive emotions have a ripple effect, improving not only our own well-being but also the well-being of those around us. But sometimes, our past experiences can make it hard to find and keep love. Negative experiences, especially in our formative years, can leave deep emotional scars that affect our ability to form healthy relationships. Childhood trauma can have a lasting impact on our adult relationships. It can create patterns of behavior that are hard to break, leading to difficulties in trusting others and maintaining close connections. It can affect how we give and receive love. We may find ourselves pushing people away or clinging too tightly, both of which can strain our relationships and prevent us from experiencing true intimacy. Understanding the connection between childhood trauma and our approach to love is the first step to healing. By recognizing these patterns, we can begin to address them and work towards building healthier, more fulfilling relationships. It's the key to building healthier, happier relationships. With time, effort, and the right support, we can overcome our past and create the loving connections we all deserve. Childhood trauma is a deep, emotional wound that can have lasting effects on a person's life. It is not just a momentary experience but something that can shape the way a child views the world and themselves. It happens when a child experiences a distressing or life-threatening event, which can leave them feeling helpless and overwhelmed. These events can be sudden and unexpected, making them even more terrifying for a young mind. This could be physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, each leaving its own set of scars. Physical abuse might leave visible marks, but emotional and sexual abuse can be just as damaging, if not more so, because they attack the child's sense of self-worth and trust. It could be neglect or witnessing violence in the home, which can make a child feel unsafe in their own environment. Neglect, where a child's basic needs are not met, can lead to feelings of worthlessness and abandonment. These experiences can be very frightening for a child, leaving them in a constant state of fear and anxiety. The world becomes a dangerous place, and they may struggle to find comfort or security. Children depend on adults for safety and security, looking to them for guidance and protection. When these adults become a source of fear, it can be very confusing and scary, leading to a deep sense of betrayal. When these adults become a source of fear, it can be very confusing and scary. The child may not understand why the person they rely on is causing them harm, leading to mixed emotions and internal conflict. Trauma can also come from other sources, like experiencing a natural disaster, a serious accident, or the loss of a loved one. These events can be just as impactful, disrupting a child's sense of normalcy and security. These events can shatter a child's sense of safety and security, leaving them feeling lost and alone. The world they once knew is no longer the same, and they may struggle to find their place in it. The impact of childhood trauma can stay with a person long after the event has passed. It can affect their relationships, their self-esteem, and their ability to cope with stress. It can shape their beliefs about themselves, others, and the world around them. Healing from childhood trauma is possible, but it often requires support, understanding, and professional help. Trauma changes how our brains work. It can alter the very structure and function of our neural pathways, making it difficult to process emotions and experiences in a healthy way. When we experience something frightening, our bodies go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. This is an automatic response designed to protect us from danger. This is a natural survival response. Our ancestors relied on these reactions to survive in the wild, and they are still deeply embedded in our biology. But when trauma happens repeatedly, it can put our brains on high alert. This heightened state of awareness can become chronic, leading to anxiety and hypervigilance. This constant state of alertness can make it hard to relax and feel safe. Even in non-threatening situations, our brains may still perceive danger, making it difficult to unwind. It can also make it hard to trust others and form close relationships. The fear of being hurt again can create barriers that are difficult to overcome. Trauma can affect our emotional regulation. We might find ourselves overreacting to minor stressors or feeling numb and disconnected from our emotions. We might struggle to manage our feelings. This can lead to emotional outbursts or a sense of being overwhelmed by our own emotions. Childhood trauma can also affect our self-worth. The experiences we have as children shape our beliefs about ourselves and our place in the world. We might believe we are unworthy of love or that we are somehow to blame for the trauma. These negative self-perceptions can be deeply ingrained and difficult to change. These negative beliefs can sabotage our relationships. They can lead to patterns of behavior that push others away, reinforcing our sense of isolation and unworthiness. Some people who've experienced childhood trauma become love chasers. They crave love and validation. They might jump from one relationship to another. They might be very clingy and needy in their relationships. This behavior often stems from a deep-seated fear of abandonment. The love avoider, guarding the heart. Some people who've experienced trauma become love avoiders. They build walls around their hearts. They might avoid intimacy or commitment. They might push others away before they can get too close. For them, love feels risky and dangerous. They associate love with pain and disappointment. Case studies when trauma dictates love. Let's look at some examples. Sarah, who experienced neglect, seeks approval from partners. She jumps from one relationship to another. Mark, who witnessed domestic violence, avoids intimacy. He fears repeating his parents' mistakes. Childhood trauma shapes adult relationships. Healing and hope, finding love after trauma. The good news is that healing is possible. With therapy and support, people can overcome the effects of childhood trauma. Therapy can help individuals understand their past and how it's affecting their present. It can teach them coping skills to manage their emotions and build healthier relationships. A brighter future. Love after trauma. It's important to remember that you're not alone. Many people carry the wounds of childhood trauma, but you don't have to let your past define your future. By addressing your trauma and developing healthier coping mechanisms, you can break free from destructive patterns. You can learn to trust, love, and be loved in return. Love might seem scary, but it doesn't have to be. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more tips on emotional wellness and self-care.